You are live with us from the scene I-20 where an 18-wheeler has overturned. Can you give us a little bit of what we're seeing behind you? Is there a lot of cars and crowds kind of moving through that area?
Yeah, so it's a bit loud out here right now with all the cars passing through, so apologies if I don't come through too well. But there was an 18-wheeler that overturned earlier this morning at around 5 this morning due to hydroplaning. I spoke with a state trooper on scene. He said it was a weather-related crash and it was just the one vehicle. No other vehicles were involved. No injuries were reported. And overall, I-20 West, right on that Van Zandt County line, is only one lane is available to use. People are going on the shoulder to drive past instead of using the full road. As you can kind of see behind me here, you can see that overturned vehicle. And I'll actually give you a better view of it here right now. You can see it's kind of smoking over there at the backside, and you can also see where it kind of traveled through on this side here before crashing. Now, there is a crane behind that vehicle right now working with it. You can't really see it from this vantage point that we're at right now. This is the safest place I can stand, but those are the main details I have right now.
Can you show us a little bit of the traffic on the other side of the interstate?
Of course, yeah. So you can see kind of over this way, you can see where the state trooper is right now, and you can also see kind of way off in the distance all of those vehicles lined up,
wow.
trying to get past, and you can see how they're kind of going single file line here. This is a 2-lane road, so you can see how it's kind of bottlenecking right behind that fire department truck right there.
Now, you did mention that officials told you that this was a weather-related incident. Now, I'm sure there was a lot of water on the roads at the time. Are there still water on the roads behind you?
It's a little wet, but it's not flooded or anything like that. It doesn't seem dangerous to me. It seems like the sun's kind of helped dry it up at this point. But I was told that it was an incident of speed and hydroplaning. Apparently, the driver was going a little too fast, and then they hydroplaned off the road.
Do we know if the driver is okay?
Yes, there's no injuries. There's been no injuries reported. No one's hurt. And again, this is the only vehicle involved in the crash. There were no other cars involved in the collision.
You did mention how the trailer was smoking behind you. Do we know what the 18-wheeler was hauling?
We don't. That's information that I don't currently have at the moment, and I haven't been able to speak with anyone. You can kind of see, again, I'll show you that smoke. I wasn't able to speak with the driver or anyone in the vehicle itself. It looks like they're actually moving it right now. You can see the crane is starting to move it. I don't know if you can see the movement very well, but it is actively being pulled that way right now. It's being straightened out. Can you see that?
A little bit. It looks it looks really dark from where the 18-wheeler is currently sitting. There we go. Yes, we can see it start to pull away from the road.
You can see it start kind of lifting a little bit there.
Yeah, that smoke
they're
really
trying to get it out. It really is, yeah. And you have to wonder what's in there.
Right.
I don't know if it's something that was part of the load, or if there's a component that broke and it's smoking,
Like
or if it's something that they're adding themselves for safety. Who knows? I don't know what's in there at the moment.
And do we know a timeline of when we think this road's going to be clear?
At the moment, no. However, the tow company did show up at the same time I showed up, and they just now started to actually move the truck. This is the first time you saw it live. This is the first time I saw it actually move. So it hasn't been, it's probably going to take another hour or two at least to get off the road.
And you're seeing a lot of people backed up waiting to get through that area. You did mention that they're using the shoulder to even try to move around the area.
Yeah, so right now, both the lanes are closed, and that shoulder is being the new lane essentially here. Again, you kind of see as some of these vehicles pass by here. I don't know if you can see the lines very well, but both the lanes aren't being used. It's just the shoulder that's being used, and people are going very slow, 10, 20 miles per hour, trying to go through this little tight spot here.
So tell us one more time exactly where you're located.
I am currently located near the Van Zandt County line with Smith County. I'm on I-20 West. That's near County Road 4144, I believe. And it's kind of right past the little overbridge there. So it's going west. Eastbound traffic, totally unaffected. It's almost empty. There's maybe 1 or 2 cars passing by. It's just the west side. So if you're traveling west on I-20, be mindful of this. It might be out here for a couple more hours.
Now, how long will you be out there kind of keeping us informed of what's going on?
I'll be out here for probably just another half hour or so, maybe a bit longer if I see any major developments on them moving things. But at this point, it seems like they're just starting to kind of get things moved. So once I get better ideas,